Yo, what up, though? Welcome to episode 178 of Mask Off. Yep.
Oh,
You know what it is. I'm
oh,
in it today. It's on me today. It's
uh,
it's wow.
uh.
It's on me today, man. 178. Talk that talk. You already know what it is. I'm your main man, Mask Off. Malachi in the building, to the left of me, to the right of me, whichever way you looking and viewing this, is my man OG, the one and only Big Tone. What's the deal?
What up? Turn me up, never turn me down. What up now? You know what I'm saying? We here, we doing what we do. Thug Dizzle.
You know it, man. You know it, man. It is a wonderful Friday afternoon, February 21st. It is still Black History Month. We got my wife, my best friend coming through, Danny Love. What's the deal? Man, how you feeling, man? How you living? How you laying? What's the word with you?
I'm easy breezy, cover girl. I am totally okay. Everything is fine my way. I got no complaints other than phones ringing, and I don't know who they are.
Trap
But
bump.
hey, look, man. When the trap get to bumping, everybody get to thumping. Oh. That's Bobby Bars making a impact coming through. Mask off me. Don't do it. Talk to me. I'm good though. I can't complain. Everything is good my way. Let's go. Let's get it.
Excellent, beautiful, wonderful, magnificent, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I am happy to be alive. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's so much. Life is so uncertain, man. Ooh-wee. So I'm happy that I can. Man, so much to be grateful for, so much to be thankful for. I'm feeling good. Sun out beaming bright. What winter is winding down. I can feel it. I'm glad about that. I'm also glad that we have winter, glad we have different seasons. But I'm glad it's winding down for sure. It has been cold recently, though. This past week has been very cold. So they got to hit us with the yeah, I mean before it slide up out of there. So I understand. You know what I'm saying? We back with another episode, man. Talk that talk. We got a lot to discuss, man. A lot to get to, a lot to talk about. But before we get to all of that, you know what it is?
Bro, I definitely know what it is.
Because if you don't know, now you know.
It's that motivational minute, baby. Give it to them.
It is. It is. I'm going to get the people what they want and what they came to see. What up, though? It's your main man, Mask Off, Malachi. I got it on me today, man. And that's your motivational minute today, man. Keep it on you. Keep it on you. It should be in you. It should be on you. It should be through you. A lot of times we half step, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. We got half stepping parents out here. Whatever you do, don't half step. It should be on you. It should be your craft, your family, your life, your livelihood. Whatever you do, you got to do it all 100%. You got to have it within you. It's got to be in you and it's got to be on you. Because if it's in you, somebody can get it off you. But if it's in you, it's always going to come out of you. You understand me? If it's in you, you can't take it off. You feel me? That's me right now. I'm repping the set so hard. It's on me. It's in me. It's on me. So that's your motivational minute, man. Make sure it's in you. Stop playing with yourself. Stop playing with your craft. Stop playing with your dreams. You don't know how much time you got. You don't. You don't know what's going to happen, man. All these dreams, goals, ideas, things that's, oh, man, it'd be cool if I did that. Why? So it'd just be cool to have, or do you really want it? Do you really want to have it, man? So that's your motivational minute, man. Make sure it's in you, man. Stop playing.
Ain't no half steppings.
Come on. Stop playing, man.
Baby. You gotta own it, live it up, get in, get out, as my homies say. Get it in, get it out, and get it done. Shout out to my Orilla brethren. Happy birthday, Big D. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Happy birthday. Another walk around this earth, baby.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, man. You already know.
That's a thing, man. What you doing, it's a thing, man.
I love this. I love this thing. This is cool. I got this shirt. For those that don't know, I ain't gonna say my secret.
Don't, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's the main thing. It's in you, man. I've been turned up this year myself. Me and Danny been locked in when it comes to the comedy. We have been consistently hitting comedy clubs, making our appearance, making our faces known. We hit Detroit House of Comedy 3 times this year. And I'm just planning out my year, planning out where I'm going artistically. And I have been a little stagnant in a sense, also making steps, but definitely in my acting career, I've been a little stagnant. I've reached a level of success. I've been in a good amount of films. And now I understand what's my next lane, what's my next move, what's my next target. And I'm on it, man. I'm on it. I'm setting myself up. You feel me? I'm doing the intentional moves, the intentional makes to be able to get it cracking for real, man. I've been turning up on my voiceovers all last year and the year before that. I've been talking about how much I wanted to do voiceovers. Now I've been constantly auditioning with voiceovers, definitely within the last month, submitting a bunch of them. So just I thankful to my wife that has pushed me to this point. You know, when you get married, your mindset change, you know what I'm saying? And you go from you to us now, you know what I'm saying? So within that, I don't have time to play for her. You feel me? I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is now. It's not even on game. So that's motivation. It's in me now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful because it's pushing me to this different level, and it allows me to do what I've always said I wanted to do. You know,
That's super dope, man. You know what I mean? That is so dope, man. I know I just been on a grind, man. Ever since I paid Gigi off, I've been on a money grind. And
yeah.
I gotta get back to the craft. You know what I mean? You know, yeah, I do dinner detectives, but it is nothing like the things that I've been inspired to do. You know, and just you and Danny, man, y'all such an inspiration to me, man. Like it makes me want to, like we was just talking before here. I was talking about trying to get a little 30 minutes movie going. You know what I mean? Like that's my wave this year. I want to get in a movie this year. I want to get in, get it out, get it done. You know what I mean? And that's my goal for this year. And I'm striving for it. And like I said, you guys are my motivation to get that done. So shout out with the motivational minute, man. It's doing what it's doing, man. It's motivating me that mask off is all around me.
Yeah.
Because it's in you. Bang, it's moving in me, baby. It's
you feel me?
In.
Yeah. You know what it is, man. And this week particularly, we have been very locked in. Tuesday we hit Detroit House of Comedy. Danny was on the list. I was able to sign the short list, and I was able to perform. We ended up meeting and performing with technically Tiffany Haddish. She's in town filming a movie. Her, Little Rail, some other names. So she just randomly just walked in the comedy club, you know, and that's what we've been on this year is comedy clubs. Like it's ways you can do comedy in Detroit. You can hit bars, you can hit little open mics and stuff. Not saying little in terms of that, but just we've been more intentional with being at comedy clubs because that's where we want to have our craft, you know what I'm saying? So constantly sign up with that. So I got a chance to perform. So Danny is the next comic, and Tiffany Haddish walks in, and it's like a movie. You can't make it up. She walk in, I hear her voice. I'm like, that's Tiffany Haddish. So now Danny's in the green room. She get a chance to parlay with her for a bit. And she was the last comic right before Tiffany Haddish. She basically opened up for her.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, she got a chance to talk with her. She gave some advice. She was very down to earth, man. Very down to earth person. If for those that may not or may know, King Batch had pulled up too and got on the stage with her at the same time. You know who that is? Yeah, he's an internet star. He also does comedy, stand up as well. He's in the movie too. And then Wednesday we went to Ann Arbor Showcase. First time performing there. That's a comedy club out in Ann Arbor. And then last night we went to one night stands out in Waterford Comedy Club. Made connections with the manager and the booker. He said, "Yeah, man, here's my contact. Send me some footage." We like, let's go. Like,
so are you guys still working together, or y'all doing a separate thing when y'all?
We doing it all.
Oh wow.
We doing it all. Wow. We performed together at Mark Ridley's this year. I think that was in January. Mark Ridley's is a top tier comedy club in Royal Oak. They've been out forever. We signed up there for their open mic, so we performed together on the stage together. Then, and when we did our Valentine's Day show, that was us performing together, which we didn't perform together as much because of how the show flowed. Danny ended up doing 30 minutes. I did 30 minutes, and so the show was over by the time we got done.
Y'all like the Astrid and Simpson of comedy.
Yep. So it's pretty good, man. We doing our thing. It's dope, and the fact of like we have so much to give, to being able to produce a show with me doing it, her doing it, and us doing it together. We got so much time available, so it's I'm grateful. I can see where we're going because we're being intentional about it, man. So that's a motivational minute, man. Have it be in you. Don't stop. Don't play with yourself. Just go.
Before we end this, I want to say, man, I'm super proud of both of y'all, man. Keep pushing.
Thank you, man.
Pushing. Believe in both y'all, bro. Do y'all thing, man.
Thank you. I mean? Receive, man. We sure will, man. So yes, episode 178, man. Talk that talk. We here. If you have not subscribed, be sure to subscribe now. Thank you for everybody that's been rocking with us over this past 4 or 5 years now. We on year 5, ain't we? That was 2020, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
It'd be 5 years in what? April? We started in April of 2020.
Yeah, man.
Man, time flies. We on episode 178. We had ups and downs. We had ins and outs. We had what we had, but we here on episode 178. That's a lot of episodes.
It's a lot of episodes. It could have been more, you know what I mean? But life be lifing, man.
It does.
You know what I mean? Life be lifing. So,
but even through it all, we bucked back. You know what I'm saying? And we found ways to reset, readjust, retool. And that's the thing too. A lot of times in life, we can get so caught up in what we thought it was going to be and what we thought it was going to stay as. And a lot of times you have to just continue to allow it to mold into whatever it should be and maximize that.
And Lord knows this thing has been a million things once over. You know what I mean?
Literally.
And that's the thing, man. Like this lane we in, what makes our lane unique is we just being honest. Our honest perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Two brothers, two different generations with two different grasps on reality, two different perspectives on life. You know what I mean? And it was 4 of us, but 2 is still solid as a rock. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
still rocking. Yeah. And that's what's made this, like those we keep talking about this. That's what we built this platform on. We built this in a time where it was Corona out. Everybody was having on masks. Everybody was distanced. But we built this platform to bring people together and to take the mask off, to reveal the truth, to always be honest and shed light on what's to be talked about. We've laughed on this show. We've cried. We've done so much, man. So many different emotions, and we just keeping it real. Like that's life. Life brings those ups and downs. Man, just a month ago, I cried my eyes out, man. And just what it is. That's real life. People always like on social media. Everybody posts the good, like it's all up, it's all good. But mask off, we talking about it all. We talking about the good and the bad.
Yeah, man. Sometimes it can be heavy, and sometimes it can be lightweight, heartful. You know what I mean? It's a mixed bag of emotions, man. And yeah, we went through a spell where we had a whole lot of people coming on just displaying their talent, and we trying to get people to understand there's a lot of talented people out here. And that hasn't changed. We still opening the door for people. But right now, this is about us. And because it's about us, we're going to get started in this thing, bro. We're 14 minutes in. Let's go. Let's
do it, man. So it's been a lot of things happening in the Metro Detroit area, mainly, man. As I mentioned, it has been very cold. We've been floating around the teens. When it comes
cold in the D.
Very cold in the D, man. For those that don't know, Southwest Detroit has dealt with a major water main break, and it is flooded. Something crazy. I'm going to add some flooded something crazy, man.
While you hold the clip, I just want to say that the water main break, and not only it's essential to understand why the water main break, it's essential to know that the temperatures here has been in the teens and in the single digits too. So that has been completely crazy, because when a water main break and it's like 1 degree, 2 degrees, that means that water is about to do what, Malachi?
Freeze up.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah. So it has been like an ice river. If y'all can see this, it's been like an ice river coming through there. You see how the tires, that whole undercarriage is cooked. You know what I'm saying?
Can't do nothing with that.
Half of it, you can't. That car is done. Like all these cars done. You feel me?
Are you serious? They can't work after that?
I can't imagine it still can. I'm not no mechanic, so let me not say it like it's a diagnosis. I'm no mechanic, but I said it like
You know what? Last time I checked, man, if you put something in the muffler in the Diet Coke, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap, man.
You don't want to mix it with the Diet Coke. Nope.
The Diet Coke.
What the fuck is the Diet Coke?
I would imagine that the car is cooked after that. All that cold water sitting for days. You know what I'm saying? With that car, to my imagine. I mean, you can't put that boy in a bowl of rice.
Yeah. Put that bitch in some rice, it'll run good.
Yeah. All jokes aside, I do want to pull up this article too that we have. I thought I had it at least.
Man, before we found our crib, we was looking down in Southwest. We was looking at Dearborn, Livonia, and they got major floodings at one point.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing we didn't go that route, man, because could have been Gigi, man.
Yeah.
Could have been Gigi. Her undercarriage could have been froze. That could have been Gigi.
Undercurved, for real, man. For real. Yeah, I do have this other article up. Okay. At least 400.
Insurance don't cover that, do they?
I don't think so. It depends on the policy in the area, but I don't think so though. 400 homes were impacted by the flood. City's officials, including City Detroit Council, continue to go door to door. 400 homes is a lot. That's a big community. So they had to have rescue crews and everything. Here, what I want to show is this.
Look like the Latino community.
Yeah, Southwest is definitely
Latino community.
Yeah. What I definitely want to show is this. Yeah, here we go. This the one.
I hope that wasn't a Trump situation. You don't know. You don't know nowadays, man.
You really don't. You really don't. It's like, man. Okay.
Yeah, man.
So this shows right here. Can you see this?
Yeah.
This is
that's where it broke.
Yeah, this is where it broke. Now they got a lot of the water out now. Like the whole streets were flooded. And so this is what they're left with this hole. And this is where the pipes broke. They said the piping was from 1933, I want to say. And it broke, causing this much damage. The whole street is done. You know what I'm saying? This whole street caved in, man. So they got a lot of work to do, man. Shout out to the crews that are out there working hard in this cold weather to get this system rectified.
You know what, man? This is a direct result where people be talking about, you know what? When I become your mayor, I'm gonna work on the infrastructure of the pipes. I'm gonna work on changing things. I'm gonna work on the condition of the roads. That is the direct reflection of that.
Mm-hmm.
Start running if it in just too. What's she saying? Oh, okay. Start running if it in just too much water through
the cars.
Oh, she knows the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
She shout out to my wife with the knowledge. According to Google, a car will typically start running if its engine is flooded with water because water is not compressible. The car will seize up and start running if it ingests too much water.
Wow.
There we go.
Shout out to Danny with the Google.
Yeah. So I would imagine like it's technically not in the engine, but I still would imagine like it's in the muffler is soaked. You know, your catalytic converter, all that, like stuff that's underneath the car.
The Cadillac converter, the transponding correlation of the core liquor. You know what I mean? It get all this in there. The carburetor.
Yep. All that, man. All that messed up. So, man, shout out to them, man. Definitely sending prayers out to that city, to that area. Hopefully they can get some type of funding and help from the government, at least the city, to help that area
at least from the state. You know what I mean? Because right now we can't depend on the government for anything.
The state,
from the state.
Yeah, I said the city, but the state and the city hopefully help them out. So that's been that, man. So definitely bundle up, check on your people, check on your folks, because it's crazy out here.
It's real crazy, man.
Next, man, we got a few things. Two different families experienced some two different tragedies on two different ends. Not as heavy as this last one we're gonna do. There was a lady in Pontiac who it has been discovered that she was 34-year-old Kelly Bryant was charged with 3 counts. Let me pull this article up as I testify about it.
Man, so it seemed like we going in a point. We going in a point where
we own it now. So Cruz began. Police said 2 youngest girls, aged 12 and 13, slept on pizza boxes. Cruz began cleaning out home where 3 Pontiac kids were left abandoned for years. 34-year-old Kelly Bryant was charged with 3 counts of first-degree child abuse and was given a $250 million bond. The landlord notified authorities because he hadn't heard from her since December and haven't received rent since October. She was arrested after abandoning the children in the home for 3 to 4 years. They said first responders said there was 4-foot piles of garbage were found in the rooms, mold and human increment. That's not it either, but okay.
Excrement.
We both struggling.
Press play.
Right. Press play. Let them folks talk about it.
No.
Inflation and economic uncertainty
here we go.
have affected all of us. If you have a
everybody got ads these days, man.
JG Wentworth can help you get a lump sum of cash.
It's all 23 seconds. Hold on, I'm gonna come back once it's ready. That's funny, man. The world we in now, man. Everybody got an ad. Like
everybody's selling something, bro.
Yes, man.
We don't got no ads. We need to get some ads.
Right. We like shout out to anybody who wants sponsorship, man. What? All right, here we go.
It's crazy you say that, man, because every time I watch a podcast, like I watched this one called Midas Touch, and then it'd be like them doing the actual ad.
The children in 2020 or 2021, leaving a 15-year-old boy, 13-year-old girl, and a 12-year-old girl only leaving food once a week. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard saying, quote, "This situation would be deemed deplorable and intolerable for an animal, and it is utterly unacceptable for 3 children." 7 News Detroit reporter Tierra Braddock spoke to Sheriff Bouchard today, as well as a neighbor reacting to the chilling revelations. We do want to warn you, some of the details of this story are very disturbing.
Just a few days ago, Oakland County Sheriff deputies came to this house behind me to do a welfare check on a woman. But when they got inside, they didn't find her, but they did discover her 3 kids who had been abandoned, living in deplorable conditions.
Everybody's upset about it. Like, oh my God, this is right in our neighborhood. How could something like this happen?
Pontiac resident Emma Gross lives a few streets over from the home where the kids were found. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office says the house was covered in piles of trash as high as 4 feet in some rooms. There was even mold and human feces throughout the house.
It's pretty heartbreaking that the kids would have to live under those conditions.
Sheriff Michael Bouchard tells me a 15-year-old boy and his two sisters, ages 12 and 13, hadn't been outside the home in years and were surviving off of weekly drop-offs of prepared food.
It kind of reminds me of the commercials you see where animals are living in very deplorable conditions. Well, kind of take that times 10. And that's what the kids were living in for years.
The boy told deputies that his mother abandoned them back in either 2020 or 2021. Deputies were recently called because the landlord of the home asked for them to do a welfare check.
The landlord said he hadn't seen her for some time. And I think, as our detectives mentioned, that hadn't paid her rent going back to October.
The kid's mother was arrested on Friday, and Bouchard says she had been living somewhere else in Pontiac. The kids hadn't been in school since they were abandoned.
Well, that's going to be a very long process to figure this all out. Not just how they are, both mentally and physically, but how did this ever happen to have these kids fall through the cracks on so many levels with relatives, the community, and with schools?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
I've seen, child neglect and other situations where they're living in bad places, but not to this level and not for this extended duration.
The mother will be facing criminal charges, and in the meantime, her kids are now staying with a relative.
That's crazy, bro. That's real crazy. Hold up right quick.
Man, I am distraught by that, man. As they mentioned in the video, I don't see how it got to this point. Like, I don't see how it got to the point of 3-4 years. Like 3-4 years is crazy. One, you got the school system. That should have been the first alarming thing, that the fact that they just stopped showing up. The boy talking about 21 or 22. Like, he don't even know, which is crazy. So what happened with the school system that they weren't notified? Because usually, from my knowledge, that's usually the first thing that's happened. They're the schools are the first line of defense where, hey, Johnny ain't showed up. 100%, baby. The school should have called CPS a while ago. That's it. Like, how did they let that slip through the cracks? Like, oh, well, he thought he just dropped out. Like, nah. Let's make these calls. Let's make these arrangements. Let's make this check. You know what I'm saying? They 12, 13, and 15, I believe that was the ages. So that's 8, 9, and 10th grade, I think. Something like that. Somewhere in there. So that's too young. So how didn't the schools call? That's my concern. Why didn't they call? And what's going on that was neglected? That's the first thing. And the second thing, I'm glad that she is on this $250 million bond. That shows how serious they took this situation. $250 million is a lot of money. They wanted to make sure she ain't get out early. You're gonna do this time while we await your trial. You're gonna be found guilty. And how didn't the children reach out for help outside of their mother? Like, if you know you're not getting the care that you need, hey, let me knock on his neighbor's door. Let me do something. You know what I'm saying? Was there a concern of them being into foster care or something like that? And then your relatives, like, you don't have your grandma, your uncle, somebody, you ain't called nobody in these years to say, hey, mama so-and-so ain't she got us just in here. Like, it's so many lines of defense where these children were let down. It starts with the mother first. Let's not get over that. It starts with the mother, and I'm glad they holding her accountable.
Yeah, I'm extremely glad they holding her accountable. One of the biggest problems I have with this story is them dropping off food and she going and leaving them and doing their own thing. I can't understand that part. And the part I understand is, if they dropping off food, it's never a conversation about cleaning his house up or nothing like that. Like, I don't understand why at 12, 15, 11, you laying around in feces. I don't get that part. I don't know if it's a mental health issue with all of them. You know what I'm saying? But that's a nice condo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't even know how I went that long where the landlord let them function in that way for so long. I don't get it.
So this is a great point. They're probably conditioned by their mom not to say anything. Kids would rather be in that environment with their mom than live somewhere else. That is a good point, because a lot of parents are sick in terms of they do brainwash their children to think those ways.
Yeah, but the biggest part that I struggle with that part is the fact that mom wasn't even living with them.
Right, 100%.
Mom somewhere else doing something completely different. Like they showed her Instagram. She getting in on Instagram, and she got new weave, she got new hair, she got all this, but it's a whole different lifestyle.
Oh my God, I thought that was the other story that's this story.
It was that story.
Oh my God, it sounds like the mom trained them to be like that. We learn cleanliness and happiness from our parents. 100%, we do learn that from our parents. Studies have shown that a child will rather be with a dysfunctional mom than anyone else. Now, Danny has a degree in psychology, and she worked for CPS for years, so she's an expert. They got to see her once a week. They didn't want to get her in trouble, I'm sure. That makes sense. Trying to look out for the mom and her wickedness is just crazy. It's just crazy. I'm glad that this was unveiled and discovered. So it seems also that, because the landlord said he didn't get payment back from December, which tells me that she did keep up for those first few years. From 2021 to the end of 2024, she was keeping up paying the rent on the house. And then it wasn't until she stopped paying that the landlord, like, okay, hold on, I ain't getting my money now. It must be a problem. But I mean, the neighbors, like, to me, it would have been some type of other suspicion from somewhere else. Again,
they living in a condo, though. They living in a condo. In most cases nowadays, the way people operate, we do not communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying?
It's not like it was back in the day.
Back in the day, it was a village. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Nowadays, look, what you say back in the day, don't say nothing to my kids.
Yeah.
If you got a problem, say it to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what it was.
People have used that philosophy and took it and ran it. It's no community.
It's not. And it's sad. And it starts with us feeling like we will be threatened or fought, or you know what I'm saying? Most of the time you try to help, it's met with violence. Like, man, mind your business. What me and my kids do is our business. Like, nah, you need help. Like, them kids need help.
I still get in people's business. I ain't gonna lie. Mm-hmm. I'm just that type of guy. If I see something, I see a kid doing something, you know what I mean? I say something, because at the end of the day, a kid loves discipline. You know what I'm saying? A kid craves discipline. No matter how you think about it, you know what I mean? There's not always a reward without discipline involved in it. And I don't mean physical discipline. I mean that it needs to be structured. You know what I mean? You can't have one without the other. It got to work hand in hand. You know what I mean?
100%.
That's my philosophy. You know what I mean? So
I agree, man. I agree. And we need more of that. We need more OGs like you to speak up and say something. And I'm even checking myself. Like, what I was
about to say, same to you. We need more men, period.
Yeah.
We need men. Yeah. We don't need just OGs. We need men. You know what I mean? Even in that case, this a woman have abandoned the kids. Where are they father at?
100%. Where's
the father? Dad at? If it's three different dads or it's one dad.
Right. And why? Because yes, that's a whole nother discussion. Because why are your children just out here in life and you have no connection, no touch? The world we live in with a phone, it ain't like olden days phone. You got your phone on you wherever you go. Why aren't you in touch with the children? They ain't getting in touch. Hey, where little Donnie at? You know what I'm saying? What you mean you don't know? Like, now I'm checking you. Like, it don't even matter that y'all not on good terms. That's still your seed. That's still your child. And again, like you said, it could be 3 different fathers. It could be 2 different fathers. It could be 1 father. Whatever the case is, somebody should have seen this down the line somewhere.
Exactly.
Shout out to Monique Ward. First of all, they were neglected. That is where it starts, 100%. Yeah.
That's my baby cuz. What up, though, cuz?
I was gonna say, that's your cousin, ain't it? For sure.
Yeah, that's my cuz. Shout out, cuz.
Yeah. Shout out to cuz coming through. That is where it starts. It's straight up neglect, and I'm glad that they holding her with that $250 million bond. That's a lot of money, but I'm glad they are doing that. It starts with neglect. Neglect from the mother, neglect from the father or fathers, and neglect from the school system. You know, the fact that they weren't saying nothing because they haven't been in school for 3 years now. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
so now how do you try to reset your life now, being that young?
I get phone calls if my young boy is not in school one day. I know people getting these phone calls. And if she's the only parent, if she's the sole parent, she know what time it was. You know what I mean? So everything falls initially back on her, but I still think that there needs to be accountability on the male side of things too.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like we cannot get away from that.
We can't. He should face some charges himself too. Like find him, whoever he is. This fall on you too, man. Because you ain't do something. You definitely ain't do something because this shouldn't be the case. You know, and that's the thing. We in this age of people just having sex because it's fun, making a child and just trying to go on their life. Like, nah, you did this adult thing, do an adult thing, and take care of your family, your people. Like,
I get, Roe versus Wade. I get you cannot put a cap on a woman's body. You know what I mean? But it comes a point where you start dealing with mental illness and, whether you having 2 mental ill people having sex, there needs to be a cap on that. You know what I mean? There needs to be a cap on certain things that we see in this world that we clearly know is wrong, but we let it go. We let it go and give it to God in many cases. You know what I'm saying? When it could have been prevented. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think we as Black people, what we do, we have this, especially older Black people, from what I understand, they have this ideology that whatever happens, it's going to be figured out if you just give it to God. You can prevent some of this stuff, bro.
100%. Yeah.
You can prevent some of this stuff.
And a lot of this stuff be on us.
Yeah, it be on us. A lot of the way we think, it has to change. You know what I mean? The things we do have to change, bro. I
agree, man. I agree with that 100%. I feel like the way God works is people, and this is what people get misconstrued. They feel like God is just going to do everything. Like, no, he gives us the ability to do what we got to do. You know, he commanded us to be fruitful, multiply, have dominion. That means taking care of your business. So a lot of this stuff, I was talking with a little boy the other day, the other week, because I do mentoring. And it was crazy. Like, this little boy's in 4th grade. So he was outside his school. I don't even mentor the 4th graders. I do the 5th and 6th. And so he was outside the classroom because his teacher was across the hall. So we were talking, and I take it upon myself to still talk to children that I'm not mentoring, just because I want my because my presence is in the school, period. Like, I want you to know my face. And if you got something to talk about, or if it's a problem, I want to help with all of it because I love it. I love what I do. So I see him. His body language is there. He chilling. I'm already knowing if the teacher puts you outside the classroom, you causing a disruption. I'm already knowing that. So he got this computer, but he ain't doing nothing. I said, "Why you out here?" And he said, "Well, she told me to take my test out here." I'm like, "All right." So I go in the classroom. I come back. He playing games on the computer. I'm like, "What you supposed to be doing on your computer?" He like, taking my test. I'm like, "So why you ain't doing that?" She ain't give me the code. I was like, "So you just gonna not take your test?" I'm like, "All right, well," so I go tell the teacher, I'm like, "He need his code out here. He over here playing games." So she get the code, come back. He got the code. He still ain't taking the test. I'm like, "Man, what's up? Like, you ain't taking your test?" He like, "I don't want to." I'm like, "Why not?" Like, because I just don't. I'm like, well, why not? I just don't. So I'm like, so what's up with life? Like, where you going in life? He like, I don't know. I'm like, what you want to be when you get older? Alive. I'm like, okay. I'm like, but what you want to do? He like, I just want to live. I'm like, you don't want to make no money? He like, life ain't all about money. I'm like, okay, but you need money to survive. He like, well, I'm just gonna live with my mom. I'm like, you gonna live with your mom for the rest of your life? He like, yeah. I'm like, so he like, 2 people can pay rent more than one. I said, okay, well, how are you gonna get the money to help your mom pay the rent then? He like, God. I was like, yeah, man, it don't work like that, bro. It do not work like that. But this is 4th grade.
But you know what, though? In a lot of cases, in single parent homes, it do work like that. You know what I mean? And I hate to say that, but us as Black people, when it comes to these females, most females, they train their daughters to be survivors. That means they train their daughters to have money on the side, never depend on a person for nothing. And in a lot of cases with these young men, they coddle them and they shelter them, and they don't want them to go nowhere because they scared for them to hit the streets. So it's easy for little Tayshawn to say, hey, look, I'm going to be with you for a long time, mama. I had to shake the dust off your feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's easy for those type of conversations that they don't want to have, they have at home, and they not going nowhere. Little Tayshawn gonna stay down in the basement. She gonna yell at him, fuss at him. And then when he decide he gonna leave, he gonna get with a woman who he thinks that gonna replace mom with her. You know what I mean? And then he gonna have a baby. And then what he gonna do? He's gonna not be responsible and take care of that baby because he used to be in the baby himself.
That's good. Mothers raise their daughters and love their sons. Fathers love their daughters and raise their sons. Yeah. I want to be the parent that does both. I want to love and raise. But that's definitely the case in a lot of cases. And I didn't think about it that way, OG. That's a great point. Because he had to get that from somewhere, you know. So I gotta agree with that. And then I talk with the teachers about it. Like I'm seeing his mentality around it. Like there's no concern there. So I'm like, okay, is the mother involved? And she's like, yeah, that's a dead end because she don't care herself. I'm like, wow, like that's where it starts. And I can imagine she's probably younger. She's probably a younger mother. She probably had a one-night stand with a guy that, or even if it's not a one-night stand, it was a dude that she don't want to, you know, be long-term with. He don't be long-term with her. That's more than likely the case.
There's no investing in each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
which shows why he doesn't want to invest in his future because he's not being invested in. He's not being poured into and affirmed and everything. So it's crazy out here, man.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's real crazy. And the thing is, we keep having examples of how crazy it's become, how crazy it's getting, how crazy the next generation of things are going to happen. And what we do, we don't do nothing. We talk and talk and talk and talk, and it's no. It's this conversation that keep coming up. You cannot change grown people, right?
No, you can't.
You can't change the mentality of grown people because grown people gonna do what? Be grown. You know what I mean?
Be grown.
Once you turn 19, you already consider yourself to be what? Grown. So you already think of yourself. You can't listen to nobody else because ain't nobody can tell me nothing because I'm grown. But you don't develop until you what? In your late 20s and 30s. You know what I'm saying? So
24, 25, Yeah,
so you start to make continuous mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, people don't look at things like that, man.
You're not teachable. You know, and then the older it gets, the worse it gets. You know what I'm saying? You was rebellious at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now you rebellious at 30 through 40.
You rebellious.
You don't want to listen.
You was rebellious at home. You was rebellious at school. You got rebellious in the workplace. You know what I'm saying? You rebellious in your relationships. You know what I'm saying? And it's a common thing where people say, man, can't nobody tell me nothing.
Yeah. and they think that's okay. Like,
yeah.
it's bad. You always have to be teachable, no matter what age. Like, you gotta always be teachable. Children can teach you something if you listen. Like, life will continue to teach you if you listen. But if you just constantly feeling like I got it all figured out, where's the growth in that? And that's the problem. And it starts young. It starts with the lack of care and support that these children have. And so I'm doing something about it. That's why I'm in the schools. That's why I'm doing this mentoring, making an impact weekly, just showing up, talking, giving different lessons. And I love it. The goal is I'm glad I have them while they're young, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, because this is the time where they are moldable. I can something gonna hit and stick with them where they was about to make that mistake. But man, Mr. Malachi, man, I know he'll be disappointed in me, man. Let me tighten up.
You know what the beautiful thing about that is, and I'm not saying nothing about the LGBTQ community. It's the fact that you're a heterosexual black male doing that. We don't see that a lot no more. We don't. You know what I mean? You probably like one out of a gazillion that's probably at that school. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You're a volunteer community advocate in the school, being an advocate for kids and servicing kids. You know what I mean? Instead of you coming there as a man who's coming to talk to the girls. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what you do, you come in there and you dance and you teach them how to pop lock and teach them all these dance ups. That's your thing. But we need to get back to the basics. And that's part of the basics. Being able to have a foundation in communities where I'm going to send you to Mr. Malachi. Mr. Malachi, I'm going to talk to you. Come on over here, Tashi. Come on over here, man. Now, what's the problem? You ain't taking your test. You don't got to go. Okay, you got the code. So what's the real reason? Oh, you don't know how to do it. All right, let me sit next to you. Let me show you how to do the problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of that too, being an embarrassment. You know what I mean?
But a lot of times, so when in the case of that boy, I hate to say it, but he's almost a lost cause. Like I don't want to say that, but I've never seen that much uncare in someone, in a little boy. I've never seen it.
And that's the thing. You just didn't know how to tap into him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A kid will give you their representative, just like when you meet a girl on a date and a man on a date. They will give you their representative until you're able to tap into what makes them spark.
Yeah.
If you could have tapped into what makes them spark, it could have been a different thing. Like it's never a lost cause. Especially a kid. A kid is always looking to be following a leader, bro. It's either going to be a negative leader or a positive leader.
But so I agree, but it's at the same time, statistically, we're gonna have bums. Statistically, we're gonna have people that drop out. Statistically, we're gonna have failures. Like, it's just a part of the numbers game of it. Everybody's not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not
every kid follows somebody.
Just listen to me. Statistically, it's going to be those people that fall through the cracks. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be those people that don't care and don't want to care. So in the terms of like, they're going to follow somebody, but it's like, who is it? You know what I'm saying? Who are they going to follow? Who are they going to listen to?
I can't do that at 4th grade. I can't do that at 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade. Because why? Their brain is still impressionable. They still trying to figure things out. Whether they got a bad home. Look, man, we all came from bad circumstances in life. Whether you lived on the east side, west side, your circumstance ain't always a pretty picture. You know what I mean?
Right. So
you navigated, you know what I mean? You gravitated to someone who you identified with. You know what I mean? Like my mom, when I was coming up, man, my mom thought I was into selling drugs because I hung around the D-boys on the block. I'm to find out these same criminals, as you would call them, they telling me this ain't for you.
Yeah.
We see you out here doing this, we gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
So my man Big Mike gave me his Cadillac to ride for the prom. You know what I mean? Like they was just there for me. You know what I mean? they my brothers today. But there's a point where what you do don't necessarily make who you are as a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm saying that to come full circle. You never know. You having that conversation with him, it could have touched him into a spark in him. But you to give up, he gonna give up.
No, and I'm not saying that I was gonna give up. That's never what I said, and that's never what I would do. But I'm just saying, when you see, so I had a conversation with the teacher. Now the teacher spends way more time with them than I do. I had one encounter with that boy. You feel me?
Teachers always have a different perspective too, because they come from a group of authority. You know what I mean? They always in a position to lay down the law.
Hear me out. So this particular teacher, she's opened up her doors to the community. These boys live in that neighborhood. So she said, I talked to her about him, and he's in the room. And she said, most children I've always been able to get to somehow, some way. With him, I just don't see his care. Now he's there. She's saying this out in the open. She said, I opened my door for extra tutoring after school, before school. I had to renege that because when he came to my house, he was so disrespectful. So she had to take that away. And so her point was that I'm usually able to get to him. With this one, something different. So I'm not saying that okay, we need to give up, but there is a way, but some kids just don't want to care. You know what I'm saying?
It goes back to what we're talking about today. What we talking about, the situation these parents put these kids in. Mm-hmm. So they have to mask how they feel. It's a protection shield that he has up, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about specifically about him, but these kids, they learn early how to be survivors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. What don't we got one more thing before we roll?
Yeah, we do. Sticking to the children and neglect aspect. Now this one's heavy. Okay, we have. Let's just watch this video.
Oh God.
Spoke to the mother of those two kids about the tragic situation.
Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving. And I kept saying, Freddie, please get up. Please.
Well, tonight, Darren is getting the father's side of this story, hearing about the moment he learned two of his children had passed away.
Darnell Curry Sr. wiped away tears while talking with me about his children, Darnell Jr. and Amelia, and the distressing phone call he says he took from their mother, Tatiana Williams, on Monday.
I went to the gym. As soon as I got on the treadmill, she called saying, can I make it to the hospital right now? They gone. I was hoping it was a sick joke, but it wasn't.
According to Detroit police, 9-year-old Darnell Jr. and 2-year-old Amelia died while sleeping in a vehicle at the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking garage. Investigators say the cause appears to be hypothermia, a tragedy stemming from homelessness.
I tried. I asked for help. I asked everybody, even people out of state. But I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me. You know, people just didn't like too many kids at their house.
I spoke with the children's mother Tuesday evening. She told me she's been living in her vehicle for 3 months, along with her 4 kids, her mother, and 2 teenage siblings. She says she reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to...
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them just to get them? And can I get them because y'all homeless? That's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
See, that's what I saw, about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other side stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. but she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not. And she knows she could have, like we always used to do.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or two ago, and that they typically FaceTime, moments he will miss.
And there's
This is when we fail. When we fail, first of all, I just want to just say my perspective. I feel like neither one of them is crying. I feel like they put the phony baloney on the money. You know what I'm saying? And homelessness is a serious thing. I know for one, if she was homeless, the city has a lot of resources that she could tap into. Did she try to look at those resources? I'm not there. I can't prove none of that. But my main problem, once again, is his response. You know what I'm saying? He says, it's the problem I have, bro. When he says, to get him or to get him because I'm homeless, it's two different things.
That's the dumbest junk I ever heard, bro. Bro, that goofball need to be in jail, man. That's a criminal offense. Like, the neglect, man. Like, what you mean? Because we live far and I'm working and all that, and it just like his whole tone, his whole demeanor, just lying, man. Just
Did you
lying,
see the
bro.
news reporter when they showed the news reporter when he said that dumb shit? He was like, he like, come on, for real, bro. He told us when the last time you saw him, a month or two. We FaceTime each other. Give clear indication that you ain't been fucking with them.
Yeah. 100%.
That's what that gives me. That's what tells me if you FaceTiming your kid and you still in the same damn city, you ain't fucking with them. Whether or not you ain't messing with her, you ain't messing with her 3 kids too. You know what I mean?
Which is your kids.
Which is your kids. Out of here. Look. He got that look like, nigga, you ain't shit.
He look like he want to swing on Buddy himself. Like,
oh my god! Then he gonna pull out that fake ass tear. He got the damn tissue all up here. You know what I mean?
Man, Buddy looks so dumb with him.
It look like he. Right.
Oh my god.
He's like, I'm taking it straight to Kim Worthy to prosecute your ass.
What I saw about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other sob stories, they can cut all that.
The sob story.
Hey, the producers knew what they doing with that cut right there.
The cameraman knew what time it was.
About 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other side.
Hey, cut the Rashid real quick.
Cut the Rashid.
Oh man, I'm glad we can laugh at that particularly.
We're not laughing at the tragedy. Those kids don't deserve that. We laughing at this nincompoop. And it's it's a lot of conversation as to whether she made a mistake. She should get prosecuted. He should get prosecuted too. I think they both equally should get prosecuted. You know what I mean? There's no way, especially him.
Especially
you know what
him,
I mean?
100%.
Especially him. There's no way
like
that you got 3 kids by her and you debating of whether or not, well, you want me to get it because you homeless, or you want me to get it because you just want me to get them. And I don't even got to get them. You know, like we always used to do, we could have just went around the corner to my mama's house.
Like, thank you, Monique. You at the gym? Like, I just got to the gym. Like,
and I was on the treadmill. I paused.
Like,
I said, fitness first or these kids?
Or family. You know, fitness over family. You know my motto. Like, come on, bruh. Just clown activities, man. Clown activities.
Come on, man.
Great
kids
clown. And to me, man, he had no remorse. To me, it's almost like relief. Like, oh, good.
Oh, God, there goes my child support.
Whew. Shouldn't matter.
I dodged that one. Now all I got to do is just pay child support on the one. So this means I have more money for more fitness activities.
Because I'm like, man, yeah, he looked sorry for sure.
Yeah.
He like it looked like it was no remorse, bruh. Like,
then they both up there. They giving the fake crying. You better let
man.
Just too much. Just too much for TV, man. You know, and now the mayor got involved. The mayor was able to get some stuff together. So
this
I just want to punch him. I want to punch him in his face every time I see him, bro.
Nigga looks super duper sorry, man. Oh my God. Yeah, my vote is definitely for him to do some time. I could tell the mother she probably didn't do all she could, but she was trying. Even if it was minimal, she was trying. She had him. Like, that's a lot itself.
Yeah, she got 5 kids. I can't really blame her with 5 kids. 3 of the kids is yours.
And the mother was living with him too, all in the car. So
yeah, the mom in the car. Furthermore, what's the positions of the babies in the car that they die from hypothermia? Ain't nobody rubbing together. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that part. And the weird part about that story is too, then the mom and the grandma and her went into the casino. I don't know, man. We have to do better as a people, bro. And
we gotta do so better, man.
You know,
so
this summer is going to be a very challenging summer because I know I can feel it. I can feel it in the air. I can feel that it's going to be some BS, bro. I feel it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I know it's going to be hot. The block is going to be hot. You know what I mean? But overall, I just wish that we do more as a unit, structure as a unit instead of on an individual basis. Like, it's so these stories have been taking over social media lately, and you know, I just really do think that we as men really need to step up, because that prime example right there, you a piece of shit. You know what I mean? You're a piece of shit, and everyone saw that. It's like, come on, man. Like, if you look, I'm gonna tell you this. This is if you homeless and you need me to get them, and this is when you just need me to get them. Now,
them two totally different things. Like,
totally
they my kids, but I ain't about to just get them just to get them. Like, I don't know. Like, do I look like some type of father or something? Like,
check this out. When it comes to me getting in the gym and you homeless, and me getting them and you just need me to get them, maybe I could take them to the gym with me. But if you homeless and I got the gym, I can't. No way.
Now,
hold up.
If she drew a circle around the text message that said, "I'm homeless, get your kids," then I would have arranged something.
but it ain't the sob story you said.
She can cut the tears for real. Cause
she can cut. Hold up, I got one.
For real, like she know my mom's in them right round the corner.
All the way on Kercheval, you make her come down and around. It's the gym, me. I don't know.
Taquan Johnson, you are the father.
Act like it, man. Hey.
Oh man, just so crazy.
Where
man.
you staying at? You can't even have a conversation in somebody's house.
They said Novi. They said he's staying in Novi. Like
where he's staying in the gym in Novi? Where's he staying at?
They just said Novi.
He don't want to disclose that.
Nah. Man, clown activities, man. Take care of your family. Take care of your responsibilities.
Man, take care of your fucking kids.
Yes.
Your kids, man.
Like, stop playing. Stop playing. Like, and also, it shouldn't be no, like, here's my thing too with these guys that just having the women taking care of the children, period. All they giving is child support. You need to spend time. Pick them up. Take them somewhere. Like, you need to, it not just need to be you. It don't need to be that. That's just crazy to me.
I'm gonna tell you this too. The same energy you put in to have her, lay down with her and do all these special things, you need to have that same energy when it comes to them kids, man. You can't live in a house, go to work, come home, push the fucking kid out the way, get in the shower, leave, come home, tell everybody to give you your plate of chicken, don't talk to you, go home. No, you got kids there. Operate with your kids.
Yeah.
Spend time with them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because everything you don't do is everything they gonna be.
Yep, 100%, OG. It goes back to what was said. People need to stop having unprotected sex, making babies, and don't be parents. Kids don't actually be here. That's what it is. Like, strap up. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. If you gonna do it, at least strap up. And stop pulling out. Like, why are you not pulling out? What's in your mind that you like,
Well, I ain't gonna lie. When the yams is good, the yams is good.
And that's the problem right there.
That's
a bunch of niggas thinking like
that. That was some nigga shit. You know what I mean? That was some nigga shit. But the yams is good.
You fell right into it, man.
I fell right into it. I can't stop. I'm trying to grow from the nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? But man.
But anything else, man?
Shout out to everybody that subscribe to the page, man. Check us out, man. We here. It looks like we're here every Friday now.
Yeah, Friday afternoons. Rocking it out.
Check us out, man. Shout out to my little cousin Mo Bamba in the house. You know what I mean? Shout out to Danny Love. Shout out to DJ Touch. She in the motherfucker building. Shout out to DJ Touch. Everybody that's been rocking with us from day one.
Hey, Luck Dragon, what's up, man? People coming in at the last second. In the end, the love you give is equal to the love you take. McCartney.
Luck Dragon, what up, though?
That's a bar.
It's a new subscriber?
Yeah, I've never seen them. Thanks for tapping in, Luck Dragon.
Yes.
I thought it was one of your people, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, we in the streets.
Y'all know what it is. We in the streets with it. Mask off. My light just died, so that means it's time to go. How the F you going to the casino and no place to live? You should have been pulling up to the shelter. Should have been pulling up to
you should have did? If you at the casino, you should have ushered all them kids in the casino with you. You know what I mean? That's what I would have did. Come on, y'all. Come on now.
We got nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's out there. I don't care what people say on social media. The city provides resources from you. And she looks like she's been a part of the the CPS systems. It looked like it if she in her car. I'm sure she ain't had a case before. You know what I mean? And caseworkers generally provide resources in the communities that you live in on a daily. So all that, and everything is filled up. It's somewhere for you to go. It's somewhere for you to go. You know what I mean?
What's up, Luck Dragon?
What's up?
Man, wherever you coming from, wherever you rocking from, thanks for tapping in with us.
Like and subscribe, baby. Like and subscribe.
Please do that. This has been another episode of Mask Off, episode 178. Shout out to everybody tapped in, rocking with us, and lately they've been in Michigan.
Hold on. Pause. You see what she said? And lately they've been in Michigan. Something in the water. I'm gonna tell you this. I know what the problem is. They come from down south and they coming up here. And they starting stuff. You know what I mean? So let me go.
I like this whole little, you know what I'm saying, invisible vibe I got going on. You know what
I know you like a mind, you know what I mean?
I know, right? Hey, we got a new subscriber in. We need to have like a little celebratory thing. Yeah. Thanks for everybody that's tapped in with us, tuned in with us. We appreciate y'all. So we coming every most likely every Friday about 1 o'clock. That's what it's looking like.
1 o'clock-ish. 12-ish, 1 o'clock-ish. We in there, you know what I mean?
I like to listen to some real every once in a while. So
not every let's make it every Friday. You know?
Yeah. And that's what we built this podcast on, is taking the mask off, man. You know what I'm saying? Mask off. We talking that real. We talking that heat. You know what I mean? And episode 178. Talk that talk. That's what it is. And we're gonna end it with that comment up right here. Oh, we hear you out here in Oakland. Let's go. Oakland, Cali in the building. Shout out to Larry June. Shout out to E40. Yeah, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate you rocking with us, man. Hopefully y'all have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your afternoon. Make some time for yourself. And you got anything rocking, OG?
We out of here, man. Love and respect. Peace and love. We out of here.
Yeah, you had a place to live, but your kids homeless. Make it make sense. Because it ain't making sense out here, Monique. It ain't.
The math ain't math, as they say.
Yeah.
All right, we up out of here, man.
We'll see y'all next week, man. Much love.